Now we'll talk about the digestion of protein in our body. So we take lots of protein in our diets. Now we'll see how this protein got digested in our body. And you know that digestion process always starts with the mouth because we ingest the food directly into the buccal cavity or the mouth. So because of which digestion always should starts with the mouth. So if we talk about the digestion of protein in the mouth, there is no digestion takes place. So digestion of protein will not take place in the mouth because of the lack of proteolytic enzyme. So there is no protein splitting enzyme in the mouth or in the saliva. That's why there is no digestion of a protein takes place in the mouth. Once the mouth enters the stomach, there is a digestion of protein in the stomach. So in the stomach, protein got digested by the enzyme known as pepsin. So the cells, that is peptic cells or the chief cells of the gastric gland of the stomach, produces an enzyme known as pepsinogen, and it is produced in the inactive form. And this pepsinogen, when it comes in contact with the hydrochloric acid, that is acid produced by the parietal cell or the oxyntic cell of the gastric gland, this pepsinogen get activated and it convert into active form known as pepsin. So pepsin is a proteolytic enzyme in the active form, and this pepsin acted upon by the protein which is present in the food and this convert protein into proteoses, peptones and the polypeptide, which is a simpler form. So protein, which is a complex form, acted upon by the enzyme known as pepsin and it converted into proteoses, peptones and the polypeptide, which is a simpler form. Later, these proteoses, peptones and the polypeptide, when it enters the small intestine, specifically duodenum part of the small intestine, it get mixed with the pancreatic juice, bile juice and the intestinal juice, which consisting of different proteolytic enzyme and helps in the digestion of this content. Okay, so once the food enter the duodenum part, this proteoses, peptones and the polypeptide is acted upon by the enzyme, proteolytic enzyme known as trypsin, chymotrypsin and carboxypeptidase. So trypsin, chymotrypsin and carboxypeptidase is produced by the pancreatic juice. So this trypsin, chymotrypsin and carboxypeptidase act on the proteoses, peptones and polypeptide and convert it into dipeptides, still simpler form, that is dipeptides. Later, these dipeptides are acted upon by dipeptidases enzyme, which is produced by the succus entericus or the intestinal juice. So dipeptidase acts on the dipeptides and convert it into amino acid, which is a simple soluble form. Later, this amino acid is absorbed in the jejunum and ileum part of the small intestine. So that is how complex protein is converted into simpler amino acid and how it is absorbed into the bloodstream.